On the Spot with Lux Live, talking property, business and success in real estate.
Thank you everyone for watching, and today we are in Cornwall Hill Estate, and I'm actually doing this for the first time and super excited to do this. I'm sitting here with the estate manager Graham, and he will tell us the history of the estate. It's a lesser known estate, but I think it is absolutely marvelous and people should get to know it better. It's one of the best schools in Gauteng, if not in the country, and it's got big things coming. There's a lot in development I hear, so I'm actually looking forward to hearing from you. Thank
Great.
you, Graham.
Thank you very much for coming to see us. You know, I have been involved with this estate from right in the beginning, before there were roads, before there were boundaries put in place, and had a look around at what we thought this would be.
Yeah.
And we range from hectare stands, so the 10,000 square meters, down to some smaller sort of earths in the village sort of area in this section of the estate. And it is an estate designed for tranquility, but with large spaces. In the beginning, started with the college, so we do have that integrated as part of the property. So one can walk from home into the college and back.
So you access from inside the estate. You don't need to leave the estate.
You don't need to leave the confines of the estate, and that we enjoyed the idea of. Being that we would live, our girls could walk to school and we go to work.
Are they the first students?
They were first students, pioneers at the college in the various years. I remember many years ago, a wise old man said, "You know, we're going to be moving imminently," and this is some 30 years ago, from islands of security to islands of security. So meaning your castle, your home, through to work. Hopefully a safe environment, and one is going to transition as quickly as possible from one to the other. Okay, you know, with the issues of traffic and crime that are out there. So my focus is on three things here. Okay. It's about security. It is a security estate. It is about value, and it is about community. Okay. So we don't need to be going outside for much at all. Specifically with some of the new developments that are happening. We are looking we've been here since the turn of the century, so we're looking now to upgrade things from 25 years ago.
So the estate is 25 years old?
Give or take. It's 1999, 2000 is when the development was happening. It's pretty much 100% developed. One or two unbuildable stands, or stands that will not be built on, put it that way.
Oh, why is that?
There are some conditions of dolomite, which limit, where some people can build. So where it's a buildable stand, and NHBRC are happy that we haven't had any issues. So the idea is that now people are giving homes facelifts, but generally the construction is done. There is no more building here, so it's a nice peaceful time to be in an estate. We are looking. We have a very large area right in the middle of the estate. I'm going to point that out to you, which is here. Okay, this is actually within our security area. It is a quarry.
Right.
So
what are we mining for?
In the past they mined stone, which they built the Reclay Dam with. Right. Okay, as it happens, I understand. So it's quite. It's got a lot of history. It is called Cornwall Hill because the hill up at the top there was one of the blockhouses used by the Cornwall Regiment in the Boer War. Okay. So it's got a lot of history associated with this and this area. Okay. The quarry is a completely green zone. Okay, which will not be developed in any way. No. We are using parts of it for our community and adding value to the estate, where we've just opened up another 7 hectares of ground, which was previously unutilized. It's going to be a mountain bike track, a hiking track. Wow. There's be a cafe, facilities, amenities. Paddle court is on the cards, it being a more modern sort of requirement. And right in the heart of our estate, so available to everybody without needing to go outside to go and find a mountain bike track or a paddle court or.
And is that part of your levy, or will that be like a separate membership?
It's all part of the levy. We will have a fee to be determined for the paddle courts for residents. Oh, yeah. We're not looking to attract outside business we've got enough people here and enough interest to justify having the facilities for ourselves.
That's the flavor of the day at the moment. So.
There are a lot of people loving the facilities people have put in around. There is a place towards Menlyn, Volderspruit.
Yes.
There's another one off towards Olifantsfontein, being the Red Barn, where people go and cycle or hike or go and have a cup of coffee. We are offering people the ability to stay within the estate. So they don't have to go out and have that sort of road shootout type of situation you're talking about, or the traffic or anything. They can stay within the security of the estate and the proximity to their homes.
Okay.
Cycle to a track, cycle on it, cycle home. Sit and have a cup of coffee or whatever.
Yeah. That's brilliant, actually. So you've got a lot of hills, and I know a lot of cyclists and runners love visiting their friends here too.
Well, I hope to show you this area shortly. We'll go and have a walk around there, and maybe you'll take some pictures. It is under construction, so it's a new initiative.
Okay.
I've been here for 3 months in this position, and I have a board that is very keen to up the facilities that we have to continue adding value to our area.
That's brilliant.
So the three pillars, the security, we've recently upgraded the perimeter security. We have a leading edge camera system and a way of monitoring what comes towards our boundary.
Okay.
We have upgraded security contracts and systems and databases in place now.
Okay.
That's on the hard security side of things. We are looking to add value where we can to help all of us homeowners and increase value in the property market, but through facilities which people will want to use.
Okay.
And big thing on my agenda is to help improve the community aspect of our society. So modern times, I think people tend to have less of a community approach. They might have some close friends, but maybe not an involvement with the community unless there's an issue.
Yeah.
We're attracting people to get together, to commune with one another, braais, facilities,
So do you do
night
events?
movies.
Yeah.
We're doing events. We're having an event on the 7th of September, Spring Walk. It's actually going to be the opening of the park that I would like to show you, which is known as Mongoose Park.
Okay.
We've got a couple of families of mongooses that live there. And we're going to have night movies, possibly a musician. There will be braais and a dog walk, for everybody and his dog. So it's always a fun thing. But with ongoing attractions and events to be had that's small. We don't want to bug people. We don't want to have concerts and spoil the tranquility.
Yeah.
But we're building a stage so kids can come and have put on plays. A musician can come and play for friends. In the area. Super Bowl where people can sit on a grass bowl and picnic and party, chat, meet each other.
That's fantastic. How many people, more or less, how many residents do you have?
We've got a little over 400 homes.
Okay.
So that obviously then are a couple of
4 people per home. Yeah.
Exactly right, with quite a list of sort of regular visitors that we have on our database, and because it's an interesting and nice place to stay, we have a very high level of clientele. So these are all owners or directors of companies and higher sort of involved people. So it's quite an interesting level of engagement with people. So my history, I come from a sales background, but from aviation, where I was talking to heads of companies and countries. So this is no stranger to me dealing with people that understand sort of the aims of what we're trying to do.
Okay.
So we have great access from here. One of the reasons that we chose to move here, not only was that the kids could walk to school, but I could get into a car and drive straight to the airport, either OR Tambo or Lanseria, Pretoria, Joburg, straight shot, and both of those, and then even to escape north on for a weekend. It's an easy sort of onto the highway and gone. So access is incredible. It's quiet because we're relatively far from the highways, but easy to get to them.
Yeah.
And that's great.
And I think the whole area is actually developing a lot. I mean, with Irene Link down the road, obviously Irene Mall, is quite active and also family oriented. So.
Yeah, I think exactly that. And Irene Mall is family orientated, and it's a pleasant place to go. Irene Link is we find ourselves going there a lot of modern sort of development happening there. And they're building that small, the baby Santon, which is happening on our side of the Irene Link, which is where those big buildings are going up. So it was a piece of unused land to a great degree. Now the value that's being added there is quite incredible. In fact, the whole way, that whole commercial sector down to Macro and the highway on that side of Centurion is now being developed. There were lots of areas, lots of areas which were just open felt before, now being developed with Merloy. What's that? Leroy Merlin.
Is the Leroy Merlin coming?
They're coming there. There's the big sort of Macro and the Virgin Active.
And also that whole development down the Olivenbosch Road, the past Irene Link.
Yes.
On your direction, John Foster. That's also
that is where that's going in. That's
promenade and whatnot.
Yeah, so that's where all that's going to be developed.
So it's just actually mini Santon. I was telling someone the other day that it reminds me of Melrose Arch 15, 20 years ago when it started, and now what it's become. Yeah. And you're right, it's exactly it. Yeah.
It's interesting what and how suburbs develop. For the good or the worst, but there are cyclic sort of situations. This estate is, I think, is coming into its own. It is good. It's just unknown. We sit
unknown. It's like a secret.
Yeah, I've done a lot of work in my time in many estates from all around South Africa, but all around Gauteng specifically. And I really like what we have here. Because I almost don't want to tell people about it. It's almost like a secret, and I keep it quiet. But it really is pleasant compared to. There are some of the estates you mentioned earlier. I don't really have time for. I'm not one for particularly manicured estates.
You want the nature, the hills.
Yeah, we have here a mixture of the beautiful homes, enough space which to breathe and not bother people next door to us. But also some of that natural feature, some of the rocky, gnarly bits which are the hill and in our Mongoose Park area, and it's open, it's natural, and people are loving it. Walking around, the bird life, just breathe in some air. We don't have any sort of city pollution here. We are open. It's almost like you're in the country, but in town. And that's great.
And the equestrian side?
Equestrian side is we have a very strong equestrian element here, and there are a number of different stables. We have some absolutely top riders here, stabled in our estate, and fantastic schools and facilities which are.
Do they train inside the estate also?
There are arenas. They train inside. There are some courses that horses can ride around and servitude on the estate. We see that sometimes. I'm hoping that they will now come to our enhanced Mongoose Park as well, because they're welcome to ride around there. Okay. And there's plenty of space.
And the stables, do people rent the stables? Do they buy them?
There are some renting spaces. They are owned by some of the residents, but they are quite significant. We can drive around and see some. Okay. But there are a couple of defined areas where people have been concentrating on equestrian. Sports, training, stabling, etc. So,
That's interesting because it kind of went out of flavor, the equestrian side of things. But the diehards are, they will only move to places where the stabling is right. The horses are looked after.
Exactly. And I know it's such a. I'm not a horse person, but I know many people who are, and I understand some of the complexities. And it's a specific requirement, from a space, from a noise, from a control and availability point of view. Yeah. And it's always lovely to see, horses riding around on the estate.
As long as they're not mine. Yeah.
Horses and I don't have a great history, but that's a personal thing.
And can you have stables on your property if you have a big
property? Yes, you can. In fact, it's written into the rules, depending on the size of your estate or of your stand. Because On the earths, you may, or rather on the plot, larger plots, you may have stables, and there are stipulations in terms of size and number of horses or other animals that you can keep. So.
Oh, other animals.
Yeah, some people look at all manner of things. We like to make sure we understand what people are doing, just to make sure there's there's control.
And then you mentioned dolomite, and I know where I live with the dolomite, you can't do boreholes. I'm assuming you've got the same.
We got the same thing. We cannot do boreholes, but I don't find that an issue. Obviously, there's municipal water, but there's a cost to that. I use a lot of rainwater, so I collect rainwater, and actually I could always be independent of water.
Oh, really?
But I don't use it that way, but I could be if needs be. So.
And then in terms of load shedding, again, the latest concern is the estate doing something, or is every owner doing their solar backup and so on?
Each owner is a client of 20. So we are not a bulk buyer of electricity. So we don't intervene that way. We facilitate the homeowners' solar requirements. And a lot of people here do have solar battery storage and inverters. And it's an individual situation. We have aesthetic requirements for installation. There have been talks regarding looking at some sort of generation of energy, but it's a little more complex, being that we're not a bulk buyer. So to introduce that to the benefit of residents has a limited potential.
Okay.
But where we can, we're actually looking at the independence of this facility here. There was solar and batteries. It's generator backed up, it was from decades ago. But the new way is to look at solar and batteries. So we look to move with the times.
Okay.
But yeah.
And the school, is it run partially by the estate, or is it completely independent?
It's independent. We have a very good handshake and hand holding with them.
So an owner in the estate will be given preference at the school, right?
I do believe so. And that's the way it has worked. And they've got their zoning but the idea is that residents here should have access to the school.
It's just a magnificent school. I know, everyone sings its praises.
They have such strong curricular activities now, and we often handshake with them on when things are happening and access into the school and out of it into the estate. We use some of their facilities here when we have a meeting. We want the residents to meet. They kindly provide us with auditorium and that sort of facility. And we do what we can for them. There was a sport event they wanted to come running through a secure area. We facilitated that just recently.
That's lovely,
So there's a great quid pro quo,
Yeah, and it starts, I think, from Triple Note, isn't it?
I believe so. I don't know. Is that the terminal? Triple Note, yes, all the way through to Matric.
Age 34, give or take.
Yeah, it's very young.
Yeah. Okay.
When we moved here, my daughter started in the pre-high school, and one daughter, the other one in the high school, and it's lovely that families can transition from very young all the way through to matric, and have top education.
Okay. And how's the traffic? Because once or twice I have been caught. Yeah. Are there any plans to extend the road outside?
There are a number of plans. Whether they are implemented sooner or later, we don't know. It's generally not terrible. It depends on which way you're going and what you're doing. From here, the nice part is that to leave the estate, we can actually turn and go down to the highway, which is always open.
Yeah, that's true.
Coming up into the school, can be more difficult. So to turn to the left and go into Irene, at times can be congested.
Especially if a truck misjudges that bridge there.
Maybe we need to help someone here put up some signs. I don't know whether people read signs, but there are signs saying be careful of the height restriction, and still people get stuck there. So generally it's not terrible from here because we have the option to go left or right, and going right out of our gate takes us away from traffic. Not into
and that highway is never congested. The on ramps.
Very rarely. When they did before they were doing the roadworks for a problem they had on the highway near the Air Force base. It was a bit congested,
Okay.
but it's generally good.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna have a look at the estate.
Absolutely, yeah, I'd
will
love
be
to take you
amazing.
around. Yeah,
Okay, great.
because we're doing some really fun stuff, and I'm excited about it. And I've got huge support from the board. I've got huge support from the residents. Everybody is just.
Speaking of support from the board, how's the levy? Are you guys quite
what?
collecting and all that? So.
We are good at collecting levies. They're, like any place, are going to be reticent payers, but we manage that. We do not have terrible levies compared to many places. Our levies are and always have been on the lower side, compared to some of our upmarket estate friends.
What is it sitting at the moment, more or less?
We are a little bit under 4,000 rand a stand.
Yeah. Some other equestrian estates are sitting on 11.
I see. So, it's always a contentious issue.
Yeah.
People always want to pay less.
We get everything.
Yeah, get everything. We would like to see them increased a little bit, but we do well within what we have, and I certainly have no complaints on that side. I think we're reasonable, and we try to do and try to accommodate what people need within that. So.
Yeah, no, which is what you want. Yeah, it's fantastic. Cool. We're gonna go have a look. Awesome. This is great, eh? I think
these poles will actually be cut down and chained between them, so you can see the area without a visual barrier, because it was palisade like on the right hand side. Just before we go much further, so this was sort of a slightly underutilized area, okay, a bit of a car park in the past. So what's going to happen here is that this is going to be paddle courts. We're going to have a dual paddle court come up here.
How many?
Two.
Two.
So we haven't developed this because we're just waiting for and now we have the go ahead for that. So these are going to be here in the near future.
Okay.
Yeah. Paddle court over here. We've got a baby football pitch. We've got a volleyball pitch. This is going to be manicured with a cafe across there. Remember, we've been digging up, and so we've really dug up and changed this area. That's why you've got a lot of dirt instead of grass.
Okay.
But there'll be a cafe, some loo facilities.
And when is all this happening? Like now?
Yeah.
So what is the opening date?
Well, the opening of this area is going to be 7th of September. Okay,
wow.
The paddle courts won't be here.
Fast.
They will be here in a few months' time once they've been installed.
Okay.
But I can take you down and show you what's happening.
Okay.
And this has been here for some time, but we're developing an extra 7 hectares on here.
Stunning, eh?
Yeah.
That's actually. So is this now the mountain bike?
Well, it's a combination of things.
What are they? What is all the metal structures for?
The wine rack.
Wine racks. Sounds brilliant.
Yeah, so this is where the chaps are putting a stage up. So 60 square meters of stage, 12 by 5.
Okay.
Sorry about the ruggedness of this section. Is still being worked on.
We're Asians. We used to rugged terrains.
Stage here with a movie screen at the back as well. Every now and again we'll put up and take down.
Okay.
You've got families over here on the grassed area, briars and picnic area. We've moved some big rocks there for lounging and sitting against. So this is the commune area,
Right. That on top there, that's school grounds, right?
That's school grounds on the other side of the road. So you see these big trees. I mean, these things have been here for years. It was undeveloped, so it was quite rugged over here. You couldn't walk through this area.
So what took you guys so long to do all this? Were the residents not interested before, and now you have a fresh blood, or what's the story? Okay. Because it's fantastic. I mean, you've got the foundation for all that.
So we've got an entertainment area on that side. And this side is where the mountain bikes go up to. There's a Vodacom tower at the top. Up and back, and some technical stuff through lumpy grounds over here.
Okay.
This is phase 1.
Okay.
Phase 2 is beyond these bushes. There's a lot of area that the guys are going to run in and out. At the moment, they're running at about 3 kilometers of course. We believe we'll get this probably to 5 kilometers internally, and then we've got phase 3, which goes down unlimited.
Oh, wow.
Still on our estate. But I want to show you. I want to show you
That's
here
brilliant.
why we've done this.
So you can do like proper XCO events here. Can you land helicopters on
Yeah.
the estate? As you know, the important people, this is like a key decision factor.
Yeah, but listen to your question. Can you land it? You can land a space shuttle there if you want.
Okay, may you.
That's a different.
Okay, but our resident right over here next to the park has a registered helipad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What, a resident?
A resident. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he has a helicopter business.
Here's another helipad. We just
So what is this?
for our divers. We've got people that dive in the Olympics. So they
Yeah, you can also do the what you call hen gliding from
Yes,
here. I
no
think that's a brilliant idea.
So the idea of this is that we will.
How stunning is that?
Yeah, you have to come and have a look down this way with your camera. And look, this is all piece. It's under construction, so
Yeah, of
excuse me for that. But
It's gorgeous, eh?
quarry. Okay, now you'll see the security barrier, which is the other side of the quarry there.
Yeah.
That piece of ground over there is a floodplain. It belongs to us.
Okay.
It's normally open like that. When the crazy water happens, it does get somewhat flooded. That's what it's there for.
Yeah.
But we can use that ground. So people still within the security confines of the estate can still use this whole area. The security barrier goes around, you'll see in the distance,
Okay.
and off to the R21. But this is effectively still our area as well, and that's within our security area.
Yeah. Okay.
So
we have hiking trails. So.
yeah, we've got a trail that goes all the way down to the bottom of this quarry.
nice.
We've got a path the whole way from the highway that you see in the background, all the way through to the other side of the estate. So
that's a lot,
next to the river.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many kilometers that is, but that's a good couple of kilometers
Yeah.
along the river. Do you know that, Peter? How far that is, that distance? It must be 3 kilometers from the highway
The hiking trails
to
from the highway.
Land's End.
yeah.
And that's
3
that's
Ks, that's it.
At least I would
that's
say.
in amongst the trees in the valley there, next to the river. Yeah. And in
Stunning,
fact,
eh?
the spring walk is going to start here, go down the estate and along that area, and then back up and around.
You can even create your own park run here.
Yeah, yeah, easy.
Yeah.
You parkrun.
I
Okay.
have.
The
We
guy
can-
that started that parkrun was at school with me. He was in my class.
Is
in South
it?
Africa.
Okay.
Midstream's big on park run. There's thousands of people every Saturday.
They fat there. We're not fat there.
Well, with
I'll
all
tell
these hills, if you're doing the
I'll
park
tell you
run
what,
here, you won't do that.
there's a 5 kilometer run we can send you on, which goes down to the bottom and then back up here. By the time you finish that, you know
I'm
you've,
sure of it. Can you fish in the quarry?
there are fish.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah,
What
no,
fish is in the quarry?
there are reportedly yellowfish. I don't know about that, but barbel, barbels.
Yeah.
I think that's gone.
I think that's what somebody meant by yellowfish. I don't believe there's yellowfish in there, but I haven't caught anything in it.
Okay. This is a proper lookout point. Is it meant to be a lookout point?
It's meant to be a picnic spot, so we're going to
Picnic,
put down
okay.
one of bigger table than that over here. That was just a concept, so I could show people what we're doing here.
Yeah.
It will be here. You have an uninhibited view, sunrise over Reed Fillet. So you can be here at 6 o'clock in the morning, watch the sunrise, have your coffee, have your spiritual awakening, and sunset across that way. And you can watch the sunset from the copy. You can see the copy
Yeah.
while over there.
Yeah.
Or South, just the other side of that.
Yes.
And you mentioned the sort of restaurant that we're going to put there. 'cause
Yeah. So while it's very lumpy in the middle here, it's actually quite a flat walk from the park area, that big tree, which is where we're
Yeah.
going to have a cafe, restaurant,
Yeah.
through to here and through to another picnic area here.
Okay.
There's a biking track that comes all the way through. In fact, the chaps are busy clearing it up
Yeah.
over there.
Okay.
So this has all been designed to centrally have where you can sit and enjoy a cup of coffee. You can actually get meals over here, and these people
Is
are
that
starting.
fence coming down? The
That
whole
fence
thing?
is all coming down. Well, no, it's all coming down here. There's actually a dog training school that offers facilities in the corner here, and we're going to just
So you can
change
train
the
your
line.
dogs here.
Yeah.
Stunning.
what
that's the
what
thing
dogs
now.
are there?
No, what you've got Labradors and what else do you have? What's that little thing?
No, man.
Where'd you get the Jack Russell?
We went to the farm and they were puppies, so we came home with them.
So yeah,
You
so
don't have restriction on how many dogs.
yeah,
do.
depending on the
The size
again
of
the
the
size of
stand.
the stand. Yeah.
Okay.
Film it. Maximum 3 or 5, and we decide which.
Which one? You choose. The ugly ones must go. Only good-looking dogs.
So all of this fence is going missing.
Okay.
You will not see it until kind of over near that still to be leafed tree, and then it will
Yeah.
go around that area, and just to contain where they train dogs.
Okay.
And this is for residents that want to come and do the obedience training. A lady comes here every week.
Okay.
And then the mountain bike chaps have routes through the trees over here and all the way, back this way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And in terms of the estate rules when you're selling, because some estates want to inspect the property to make sure that the seller is selling it, compliant with everything. Do you have
Yes,
such
we have
rules?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that. It has to be compliant with the municipal stamp plans,
Yes.
and the
Okay.
things are in place. And we have an architectural committee and an architect who goes and does those inspections.
Okay. But you do, I see you do allow leniency now in terms of more modern looking houses. It's no longer the English cottage style.
Yeah, that has changed, and that changed a few years ago. So people who want to either remodel homes or
Yes.
build homes, and there were a few still to be built at that stage, they could then do in the modern square sort of
Yeah.
design. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. No, cool.
At Land's End, actually, if as you go, the main braai area we go to, if you swing right there, where the other two braai areas are, it's quite nice.
Yeah.
There's
We're
one.
going up a
We
bit.
sometimes put a hammock up there and just go.
Oh, nice.
Trees.
Have you noticed your sales? Like, are they the same? Have they picked up? Are they, is it kind of stable year on year?
I think it has picked up. We're seeing a lot of requests for transfer of properties now.
Okay.
So
yeah, we do.
obviously people are getting the value where they want to sell, etc.
Because the funny thing is, just down the road, South Downs is fetching the highest prices a Pretoria kind of based estate can.
It's copy. Okay, so that's where Jan Smuts used to come and sit and contemplate life.
Right
That's
on
what-
top
Yeah,
there.
right on top. That's where the monument is up there. Great river here,
Okay.
and it's very picturesque.
I'm sure, especially spring, summer.
And you can walk from here all the way to the Route 21, and then back. There's another gate that in the fence where you can go up into the quarry,
Okay.
which will again open up.
Okay. Okay.
We
Stunning.
just don't keep these gates open because this is security.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But you've got the access. So.
Yeah.
But how does the security know it's a resident?
Well, because
You called them from inside. There was a number.
yeah, they know the people. We have access, on wave readers and stuff, but we don't want to have that here because otherwise somebody could open it and leave it open, or
Forget,
and
yeah.
then forget, or
Or a
it could
rock.
be, somebody could force it, open. So the guards know who the residents are.
And I'm assuming they're patrolling around here anyway. So
Yeah, all the time.
yeah. So it's not like they're coming from far
No.
to do it. Yeah. Okay. It looks like almost like a guest house here, the one that we drove past.
Yeah, I don't think it is, but there's a lot of larger homes,
Okay.
and people have taken that interpretation, as you say, the Old English now, and done their own thing.
Okay.
There are different sort of styles now available.
Right. So this is alongside the river, these stands, eh?
Yes.
Looks like.
Yeah.
That's very beautiful. And you've got from what is the smallest size stand, more or less? Would you say?
I think I think they're kind of like mine is 4,000 square meters, but that's these go down to about 2,000 or so.
Okay, in the village.
Yeah. But that's the smallest. But there are some renovations and remodelings happening.
Yes. So Joel, you'll be going for what, the 4,000?
No, 2000 is fine.
4,000 quite big. I've got a 4,000.
Is it quite big? Yeah.
Well, I find
Because
it.
that's
I
an
find
acre.
it big. Yeah.
Yeah.
What we got at the moment. What we have is big.
Yeah. Yeah, I think 1,000 is just too small, a little bit too small. What I find, anything between 1.5 and 2 is perfect. More than that, obviously, it's great, but you don't need.
Then sometimes it just becomes a waste. Because
Yeah.
the gardener is like, you constantly have someone sorting the garden out and it's water.
Yeah. Yeah, there's proper hills, eh?
No, you can get your exercise happening here. Believe me.
Yeah. You should actually have a strong running club here. Like Irene has a massive running club.
There are a lot of people who run, and some people who run together, obviously, but they haven't really made a club,
I see.
which is quite interesting. You're right, but these are the things I want to engender, and there's to
Okay.
do with this paddle court over here as well.
Oh, whose paddle court is it?
It's one of the residents.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So they do have quite a bit of creative freedom here, as long as the aesthetics committee approves it.
Yeah, we need to limit some things so we don't end up degrading the vision of the estate.
Sure. But I'm sure the neighbors also enjoy making friends if there's a resident paddle court.
Yeah. There's a new plan also for traffic calming.
Okay.
So we'll be rolling that out, and that's been not just higgledy-piggledy. That's been done by a traffic engineer.
Okay.
So we'll, when it makes sense, we'll put up the odd speed hump, the odd raised intersection. So
Right.
there's a whole plan around just making sure that we maintain safety.
Okay. That's now all the school, hey? Yeah.
Yeah.
School grounds. And the school facilities are magnificent. My
They're
son's done
huge,
hockey here, and he's done drama exams and whatnot. It's really proper.
Well, we want to offer the stage to the school as well for the outside sort of experience.
Sounds. Yeah, that's.
I'm looking forward to doing night movies there. Put up a
Yeah.
projector.
No, that's a
Open
big
air.
property. Yeah. That's probably a hectare, hey?
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah, these are hectares mostly on this side.
And yeah, this is just like park area in front. It's not a.
This is their garden. What you were
Oh, is
saying
it?
earlier on is that they've got a lot of area they don't really use.
Okay, so now we're going all the way.
Yeah, so this is going up onto Cornwall Hill.
Now that's steep.
I used to run up and down here, but that was when I was young.
Yeah, look, that's hill training. Stunning, eh? That's cool.
So highest point between Johannesburg and Pretoria.
Yeah.
That's quite bizarre. You can see Jan Smuts Airport or Tambo. You can see out to Hartbeespoort Dam pretty much.
Oh,
You
wow.
don't see the dam,
I
but
actually
you see the
didn't
hills
even
there.
think about that,
You don't see Pretoria because it's behind the
Sure.
ridge.
yeah. But
Replay.
there's replay. It's almost like this is your seaside. Stunning, eh?
So
That's exciting. Eh?
on top of what we were for many years. Now this extra 7 hectares of just entertainment and a relaxation area.
It's really special. It really is. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think you find every place.
Yeah, so we entertain the estate agents up there. Those that don't comply.
We'll toe the line, I promise.